Hunting is something that everybody in the prepper community should learn how to do. I should be going hunting this week, unless something pops up. But I'll be going hunting, big game hunting, this week. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what I get. That is a skill that everybody should be learning, right? Especially preppers. I mean, if you're not a prepper or you're a city prepper and you're just doing this for smaller emergencies, then fine. But if you're looking at long-term emergencies, hunting should definitely be it. Here's the one problem. There's a few problems with hunting. Let's talk about one of the main problems with hunting. One of the main problems with hunting is great until starvation sets in. So let's say the Great Depression gets really bad. You're going to have more people out there hunting. More humans means less food, means less animals around going deeper into the forest, or deeper north rather, sorry. Right? They're getting away from humans, so they're moving deeper in the forest, which means you got to walk deeper in the forest, which means you're burning calories walking deeper into the forest. Keep in mind, guys, the deeper you walk into that forest, that's the same amount of miles that you have to walk back with that animal if you kill one. So keep that in mind. Now you're burning more calories carrying this heavy-ass deer or whatever it is you kill. Hell, even if you kill a muskrat or a beaver, still, you're carrying something now in your hand and you're burning more calories walking back. So hunting's an option. And once you hunt and you kill the animal, you process it, you can put it away. Vacuum seal it and put it in a bag. You won't have a problem because you are storing so much food away doing that. But again, you have to keep in mind, if you live near a forest or something, you might be contending with other people shooting this animal. You might even have people hunting this animal as well, waiting for you to shoot it, and then they come up and take it for you, especially during the starvation period. So keep that in mind, guys. The starvation period, and when you start hearing about the starvation period, it's on. Trust no one. Everyone's out to get it. And if you kill something, you're going to have to defend it trying to get it back home. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. It's a possibility of it happening. Items to barter with. So, guys, there are a lot of items you can barter with. I'm not a metal kind of guy like gold and silver. I mean, you can't eat that shit, though it does have its weight, its worth, rather, sorry. But I'd rather go with the things that we can trade and use, like ammo. Ammo goes without saying, guys. I have my buddy stores my ammo up at his place. Now, whether he uses it or not, he lets me know when he does. But that's going to be my currency as well. The liquor that I have in my kitchen. I have fucking a ton of whiskey bottles in there, and starting to move over to vodka as well. Not the vodka, tequila, sorry. And we're changing only for selling purposes. Like, I don't like tequila, I don't like vodka, but for selling purposes, that's what we're buying as well. So I got a ton of whiskey. So you can definitely barter with whiskey. What I would do with liquor in general is I would take smaller bottles or smaller jars and pour the whiskey in there, spreading it out, right? So now you're not giving one person this one bottle of Jack Daniels, you're giving them a pint or something of Jack Daniels, right? And you're making that trade even, because a person, guys, listen, if you gave him the whole bottle, he'd be fucking happy. But if you gave him a pint, he'd be happy as well, especially during the next depression. And you're gonna spread that out more and probably get more in return for the little jars or bottles that you have stored of this liquor, right? If you transfer in the little bottles, you're gonna get more out of it. That's just how, like, bars operate in clubs, right? You go to a fucking club, you go, hey man, give me Jack Daniel. Puts that fucking little glass on the table, $24.59. You're like, what the fuck? Well, like an asshole, you pay for it. Well, that one bottle of Jack Daniels that he bought from the distributor cost him $15, or maybe less than that. So he just bought 2 bottles back for the one he sold you. That's how you have to think when you're bartering with shit like food and liquor, because you want to get more back in return. That's what you're going to do. Now, don't be a scumbag about it, but that's what you do. You make sure you have smaller jars to sell so that you can get more out of that. Cigarettes, guys, it goes the same way. I would probably sell those in loose form. I wouldn't give them whole packs or cartons unless they ask for it. And if they ask for it, it should be worth the trade. But with cigarettes, if you sell them in loose, a guy who's really hard up for a cigarette, he'll give you, again, like I say, a pint of whiskey. He'll probably give you that pint of whiskey for a carton. So you give him the carton, he gives you a pint of whiskey, right? But now he still has, 8 more pints behind him. But you just gave him a carton. Or he'll ask you for a pack of cigarettes for the pint. See what I mean? Like the trade goes. So just like when you're trading, if you trade him loose, the guy might even give you the pint for 2 cigarettes. Who knows? Especially if you tell him that's all you have. Fuck it, I want to hit. So he'll trade that for you. So again, try to spread it out, guys. Don't give somebody just a whole pack. Split the cigarettes down to loosies. The same thing goes for food. If you have food, especially if you have canned goods and you're looking to trade, I would start canning smaller jars so that you could sell that off, right? So, I mean, first of all, if you're going to sell off food, you got to be very careful on how you do it, because somebody who is starving will follow you home to see if you have more. Like I said earlier, guys, I'm not a big fan of metals, but gold and silver, if you have that to trade, fine. Me personally, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to, I'm fucking hungry, and you're like, hey, man, can I give you, 2 gold coins for your whiskey? No. You have food to trade, fine. And make sure you establish that in the beginning, what you're going to trade. Don't sit there and then, start getting into it. Tell them, I'm trading for food only today, or I'm trading for liquor only, or cigarettes only today, whatever it is. Establish it ahead of time so there's no confusion. Gears are also another thing, guys, that you can sell off if you have like camping bags, sleeping bags, blankets, things like that. Some people might trade that with you. So you could definitely, especially us preppers who have like way more gear than we need, you could definitely get away with bartering some of that. Usually guns, knives, weapons, things like that, crossbows, that's going to sell way faster and probably get you a little more. But definitely ammo and guns are probably going to be the way to go, especially those who are looking to protect themselves and hunt. Car parts, guys, that's something else that you can also trade with, right? I mean, smaller items, obviously, maybe oil for your car, spare tires, jacks, things like that. Something that's small, not big like an engine or something like that, unless you own a mechanic shop or something. Car parts are something that you might want to start considering saving certain parts for and trading with that as well. You're probably gonna get a lot of people, especially those looking to trade car parts or get their cars fixed. Preparing psychologically, guys, for, let's say, the next depression, or listen, just for the next whatever's coming. That's easier said than done. Now, I'm going to obviously talk about it, but that is easier said than done. There's a lot of shit, guys, that if you're not prepared to see, you're not going to be able to deal with it. And you have to get your head wrapped around some of the shit you might see, because at least you'll be partially prepared for it, right? So you're going to see some evil. You're going to see some bad shit. And you got to be psychologically ready for that. You got to be psychologically ready to handle the stresses that's going to be happening within your party, right? Whether it's your household, your commune, whatever it is, you got to be ready for that stress. You got to be ready to tackle that stress, because it's not just going to be you, it's going to be other people, and you got to be the stronger in the party to make sure you can handle everybody's shit. So the psychological things, the preparation, that's hard to say. Unfortunately, guys, you are not going to know who you are until you're in a fight or some kind of disaster scenario or some traumatizing accident or something like that. When you get in that situation, you know. Even if you saw somebody in trouble and you ran over there to fucking help them out, well, then you know who you are. But there's some people who talk shit, and if shit happens, and they run in the opposite direction. Most people will react accordingly. They will run into danger. Most. Even people that say, I'll never run into a burning building. Bullshit. When you see fucking fire and you see kids or you hear kids in there, you're fucking in there, right? That is most people. But some people, some people will sit there and be like, we'll call the fire department, So, again, you won't know who you are until you're in that situation. Dealing with the stresses, guys, of what's going on too, the most important thing is you cannot take it out on your family members. I think that's more important than all of it. Do not take it out on your family members. Your family members are also stressed too. So yelling at one another, screaming, fighting, it's not going to solve anything. So remember that. Try to remember it. Try to fucking let a lot of it roll off your back. Again, guys, it's going to get super stressful. You're going to have to do your best to treat it as such. Alright, guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to this channel. You can like and subscribe to the Angry Lensman channel and the Angry Truth channel. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching.